What I'm about to say might be super controversial to the sports psychology and the hockey realm and the mental performance world. It's something that you may have heard a lot of times was the way to do something, but I don't think this common knowledge is true. And we're going to dig into this and talk about why it doesn't work and what you can do instead. So what I don't think works are positive affirmations. Now, before you click off this video, the reason I think this is the case is not because this is just some like random thing that I just made up. What I've noticed is that if you really think about any time that you have a off game or you're not performing the way you want, what do you change about the way you talk to yourself? When you're able to have a dramatic change, you're having an off game, you turn it on, or you're just having a big game. I don't think the thing that you say to yourself is just, I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm so powerful. If you are a great player and you're already confident and you deeply believe in yourself, then sure, that stuff may seem like a positive thing and it can help you. But the catch to all of this is you have to pay attention to if you really believe in yourself in the first place. Because for a lot of players, they don't have the deep subconscious beliefs that they can do it, that they can turn their game around. So just simply shouting positive things in the mirror to themselves is actually going to be counterproductive. And this is actually something that a study by the University of Waterloo found, was that when people who didn't have high belief in themselves said positive affirmations, it actually had a detrimental or negative effect. But if people were to use them when they wanted to, like when they already believed in themselves and they wanted to believe in themselves more, then they did help and they had a positive effect. So if you're somebody who is a already good player and you have a lot of belief in yourself, then keep doing your positive affirmations. That's great. But if you're somebody who finds that you need to challenge yourself, you need to find another level in your game, or maybe you're just somebody who responds better to pressure, this is what guys like Michael Jordan, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, this is the stuff that I think they all did all the time, but just didn't clearly talk about as much as you would think. So when you look at somebody like Michael Jordan, for example, he was very well known for always looking for something to awaken the monster within him. He was always looking for something to really piss him off and to make him angry and intense. And once he found that thing, it was like this fuel and this burning fire that would ignite in him. And it was a well-known fact that you do not mess with him. You do not let him like turn his game up. There was a saying like, let a sleeping dog lie. And once you woke it up, once you woke up the dog in him, it was over. And I know that sounds super funny to say, but once you did that, that's what happened, right? And you need to be able to flip that switch for yourself and turn on that internal fire. And I've talked about this in previous videos about how to turn on that internal flame. And you can go back and watch that one. It's about Austin Matthews specifically and when he turns on that intensity. And that's something I think he also does too, is he begins to use something called negative affirmations. Now, that's the thing that's controversial to so many people is, oh my God, you can't say negative affirmations. You can't be negative. If I'm negative, then I'm going to ruin my game and I'm not going to believe in myself. But sometimes you can use negative things to create positive outcomes if you use it and perceive it as a challenge. There's been several studies that I've looked through, and they found evidence that most people will respond well to using negative affirmations if they challenge them, if they are considered a challenge that they can overcome. So you say, they think they can beat you. They think they're better than you. Maybe they are better than you. You got to go prove it. You go prove it. Let's go do this. You can do it. This is going to be really difficult, but you can crush this. So you use the negative affirmation to actually motivate you to do something. If someone says you can't do it and then you go do it, do you notice how that ignited that fire in you? Now, this may not work for everybody, but I highly recommend that if you're somebody who's trying to shout positive affirmations and write I am great and write I'm the best and just keeps doing this over and over, but you feel like it's empty and meaningless, well, it probably is for you. And not only that, it's probably causing a negative effect because you're trying to basically convinced yourself that you believe in yourself, when in reality, you don't have that deep belief. So you need to challenge yourself and find a deeper sense of purpose in yourself, right? You're not going to let anybody push you around. You're not going to let life or your game or any other team take you down. This is those times where you get backed up into a corner and you have to attack. But you can't allow your mindset and your mental game to be the thing that gets in the way. Now, of course, if you really get in depth with the mental game, you start to realize that the goal of the mental game is to break free from the mind completely. That's how you deeply get into a flow state consistently. But if you want to simply start at the base and actually solve the problem quickly, the quicker fix is stop trying to be positive and trying to live in a sunshine and rainbows world. When you are in a spot where you're not performing, you need to challenge yourself. You need to ignite a fire in you, and you got to kick it into a different level. You got to push yourself. And so start saying things like, they don't think you can do this. They don't think you can score. They don't think you can make that hit. They don't think you can win this game. Maybe you can't win this game. Maybe you can't do this. And then let that other voice inside of you, that one that gets angry even hearing me say that, and let that voice take over and take hold of the game. That's that thing that you have inside of you that you hide and you're afraid to show in a lot of settings, because if you do that in a Monopoly game with your family, they may get pretty angry, right? Because, you're not being nice to them. But if you want to turn up the game and become the player you want to be in hockey, you got to figure out how to switch that on and start using negative affirmations for now and try it and see if that's what wakes you up. Because again, I know Michael Jordan definitely did this. I think McDavid, McKinnon, and these elite competitors, I think that's what they do, because I don't think that they're sitting between periods and saying, you got this, you can do it, you're the best. Because why would they? That's not going to do anything for them. They already know that they are great. They believe it. And I know you believe it deep down. But there's a level that you've gotten to where you've started to doubt it. And once you start to doubt it, like I said, then the positive affirmations just remind you of that doubt. But instead, if you challenge and start to back yourself up into a corner, that's when that fight comes out of you and you turn on that attack mode. And so maybe not everybody this will work for, but it might be the thing that breaks you out of the limitations that you have in your game. So try them out. Let me know how negative affirmations work for you. And let me know if you're a sports psychologist, a mental performance coach who just lost their mind. I'd love to hear what you think about this, because this might not be the thing for everyone, but I know for sure there are people who were elite athletes, again, like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, who used to actually challenge themselves and use negative affirmations. They've talked about it. Go look at the research and the interviews they've done for this, and consider that maybe that's the thing that a lot of players are missing in their game, especially in a game that honestly has become a lot of people who are getting comfortable with things like needing to be perfect, right? And maybe that's the thing that you need to do to find that intensity, become the type of player you want to be, start taking over games, and be confident like you want to be. So counterintuitive, might break the internet, probably won't, but let me know what you think about this, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you have a great week and continue to crush it.